here's our little overview at our bracket. All these lovely faces, all these lovely races, and we only have 2 remaining. Our final 2 for King of the Worlds, RavSpect and LittleHerdez. They both are ready, so I'm gonna send them off. Alright, they're being sent off, and this should be an exciting race. Hopefully it's super close.
It will be definitely a good race. I believe these guys played raced each other in the finals of Yeet the Bear, was it not? Or was it the one before?
I believe it was Yeet, yes.
Yeah, so definitely no strangers to each other. And honestly, if you're looking for a finals race for Wayfinders, these are the 2 you want to watch.
I'll be interested to see if Rav does any sort of wild choices this time around. Because that final, or what is it, the top 4 group race seed? That STT.
The 14 STT went at it and then got paid big time.
Yeah, that's one of those pushes where it's either going to reward you or you're just going to, you know, waste a little bit of time there just going in there if you don't find anything useful.
We do have some opening shotgun diversity. Rav opting to just do Pride Lands as per usual. For a lot of crit players, a little uncommon for beginner.
Yeah, that's one of those things you definitely have to weigh. Do you want to get your death abuses out of the way, or do you want to do the movement and get your Pride Lands checks here? And honestly, the Pride Land paid off a little bit. That level 4 experience boost right away. So obviously, both these races will get it relatively soon. Herdez will probably get theirs in Halloween Town. So if you're looking at Rav here, one of the things, if you're going through Pride Lands here, is you don't want to find too many health ups, because then your death abuses will just take that much longer. So honestly, I haven't seen them pick up any, maybe just 1, so honestly, not too bad so far.
Unfortunately, they got a report. Beast Claw is in the shop. That's a very lovely hint. Unfortunately.
Yeah, gotta love those hints.
Meanwhile, Herdez does get a reports for a reflect on levels, so it's pretty okay. Hopefully you get that early.
Yeah, honestly, we haven't seen, and I don't think in any of the races where anything was too deep on levels. You generally got everything you needed by at least level 30 from most of the races, I believe.
For the most part, yeah. That's what it's been. Nice second chance pick up on RavSpect side over in Pride Lands.
Yeah, so that takes 1-5 off the board right away. So that's generally nice information to have, is when you can start eliminating your 5s relatively early. Oh, and
it begins.
There's the first proof in the shotgun.
Proof this is indeed a geek seed.
I don't know about that. Not quite. If the scimitar is in a really awful spot, then maybe.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be holding that scimitar. And it'll literally just be like a 9 hinted for The World Never Was. And we do see RavSpect pick up another report hinting that the ice cream is in Beast Castle somewhere. So there's that second, second part of the unlock for Twilight or TT3. And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, Rav also picked up the first world review, and there's STT being a 17.
And it begins. Ooh, Herdez is actually doing Pride Lands immediately right after. He gets the RC. That's pure luck right there. Not guaranteed to get that RC.
real lucky there for Herdez to get that RC, because once you don't, or excuse me, if you don't go here first, you don't get that guaranteed RC. So always just luck there. So got real lucky, but pays off for them.
And chat did bring it up that because we have a guaranteed proof in Agrabah, we do have to go to Agrabah 2, which does mean you need one of each offensive magic, the Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder. You already have the Thunder in Pride Lands, or we found a Blizzard from just doing Agrabah naturally. So really it's just, where is this Fire? It's probably going to be pretty easy to get. There's 3 generally spread out on the table in okay spots. But it would be fun if they're just not found.
That would be that would be. Here's what you do: you put both fires in STT in Mansion, and then there's just a 3 left there, and nobody will ever go there.
It'll be Scimitar and STT as well.
I'm down for that. I do like this choice from Rav to do Disney Castle. It is definitely a committal world, but it's 2 solid progression points, and it's a little... I would say it's definitely one of the more likely places for people to think about skipping immediately.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that. Going here early, getting quick progression points, because all you have to do is just go up to Pete and Timeless River. So yeah, honestly, I'm a real big fan of the play going here early after the shotgun, or the shotgun of Pride Lands.
What I've seen as well is, you know, you get the DC push, but you also get a Beast Castle push as well. You know, it's either one or the other. You get those quick 2 progression points.
I know there's a few races out there that love to just push Beast Castle super early. They'll get a decent lead for it.
That. Yeah, I have noticed that rewatching some of the races here, that a lot of people do like to do that Beast Castle, and it's like, I'm more of, I'd like to have the tool to do the Thresholder fight relatively fast, and if I don't, then I just make the play if I want to go there or not.
There's Limit Form just pushing Disney Castle right here into Timeless River, so that might mean that Rav might just go straight to STT.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, honestly.
I'd be down for that. Okay, I was gonna wonder if they were gonna pop into Limit, but they're just doing it inside the fight.
Ooh, one unfortunate.
But, yeah, didn't get the hits to knock up Pete at all, so the first bullet just decided to send him running.
It's always best to walk just a little bit back.
Oh, that's actually cursed.
Yeah, a simple way really to fix that is you can start in, you can just pop Limit Form and then just hold it backwards as you're doing the Ragnarok. You'll be at a good enough position that the bullets will hit, but you'll be far away that the keys won't hit. So you'll get the bullet hits rather than Pete retaliating and running around.
All right, Rav, where do you go from here? Obviously, we would like to see the STT. I think, honestly, Rav would be the person to pull that off here. They did last time. Otherwise, I can see just doing the normal pushes.
Just firstly hitting the shotguns, and then from there, I can see him at least going into STT just to get that out of the way and get that 17 checked out. Noted as well, LOD did have Peter Pan, so that's another 5 off the board.
And so with that, there's actually just a 5 left in LOD, so that could be very interesting. Obviously, there's plenty of 5s left on the board. You have 2 proofs, all the pages, pretty much every summon, and then once more, so very small odds that it could have the proof, but it is definitely a chance that you're going to have to look to take eventually. However, Herdez picking up Valor and a Magnet in Halloween Town. And another magnet was also hinted in Space Paranoid, so if that's relatively early on, they could have a quick Magnera, and I could see possibly going for the LOD push with Magnera to see how deep that second 5 may be.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to go through all those missions with the Magnera push.
That, and they can also do a little bit of Valor leveling themselves. So yeah, definitely a chance Lotters does make it in and be important.
I know we have a lot of Lotters in chat that love to push LOD early. With the right tools, of course.
Ooh, and Herdez also picking up a glide here in Halloween Town. So that's the first glide we have seen. So gonna have a little bit of a small glide diff to start off.
Seemed like Herdez is having a tiny bit of trouble trying to figure out the menus. Saw the no XP on the Valor key. It's trying to figure out what to swap it out for. I definitely feel like for Valor form, you kind of shouldn't particularly care for what the key it has, because you're really not going to use Valor for combat.
No, the only reason you more than likely popping Valor is if drives are going to become important here. Not knowing what drives is, I'm fine with them not worrying about leveling it too much. Now, the real question is, who's going to open the shop first so we know what else is in there? Nobody was kind enough to do it at the beginning for us. Ooh, and we do see Rav doing the early Beast Castle. We'll just see if they're doing the... No, they would be doing Death View, so they're probably going to be pushing this up at least to Beast, especially with Limit. Oh,
and there's the fire.
There's the fire.
And a magnet.
Oh, they already have access
insane.
to Magnera, so... And
LOD,
could find... Yeah.
LOD looks kind of free right now.
LOD looking kind of free, and especially if the last magnet's here, that's, I think you have to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna no push this.
Could gamble and do something like OC. That would be pretty okay as well.
Yeah, you could push farther into OC. The magnet definitely helps with the Hades escape.
There
it is. So, early Magnaga and... Oh,
wow.
Glide.
Okay, glide diff. Glide diff is real. Yeah, so Herdez is in a really great spot right now. They have level 3 glide. Rav still has yet to pick up one. Obviously, they will find theirs eventually when they go to Space Paranoids. And I forget where the other one was. It must have been Halloween Town.
Yeah, it was in Halloween Town, the second glide.
There is that ice cream.
Is early. It's fairly early.
So there's a chance if Picture is in the shop, we do have early access to TT3.
And speaking of Twilight Town, here goes Herdez jumping into this Twilight Town shotgun real quick.
Yeah, having Glide 3, that makes sense. You're just going to zoom through here. Early membership card, so having access to Hollow Bastion 2. You get the bulk of the checks on that.
So of course on a Donald staff.
Yeah, honestly, these racers are going to have quite a bit of good tools early on. You see Rav going into the thresholder fight here. Right, and gets a quick kill with that. Really clean fight overall. Man, Herdez is just finding all the movement right now.
Set of torn pages in Beast Castle, so there goes another 5 off the board.
What was it? High jump 3, dodge roll 4, glide 3. Yeah, Herdez is good on movement.
The glide diff, no. Oh, we need Rav to do it Halloween Town at least. That would like lessen the pain of this.
Yeah, this is gonna get out of hand very quickly if Rav does not find a glide early, or really soon. Halloween Town did get, or sorry, not Halloween Town. 100 Acrewood did get hinted on Rav's side here, being a 21. So you're more than likely thinking that it's just going to be a bunch of 7s. Actually, can it be anything else? Can I math
It could be a
today?
597.
Okay, I was going to say, there's got to be some other thing.
Yeah, that's really the only other combination that it can be. Because again,
so
with these settings, reports can't be in drives, levels, or 100 acre. So it's really only 2 ways it can math out. It's a guaranteed 7, but the 14 remaining is either a 5-9 or another 7-7.
Yeah, so if you find a 7 early on, that's not really helping you. Either a 9 or a 5 would be more ideal, so you can figure out what that's going to be, if you have to go deeper or not. Herdez will get that hinted to him here after the mini escort. See what Rav does here. Okay.
Herdez. Having trouble with mouse push here.
You know, sometimes the mouse just doesn't want to cooperate.
You can clearly see the glide difference just with Rav going through World That Never Was.
Yeah, Herdez also did the World That Never Was shotgun with just glide 1. So both of them going through that are going to be at the same pace. But anything after that that's when the glide diff happened.
Okay, for a small second, I thought Rav was about to go back and go to the other part of LOD.
I think once they finish their shotguns here and get the 2 glides here, I would be surprised if they honestly didn't, especially having limit form. But they'll get at least a magnet. Actually, they will have Magnera. They'll have Magna as well. They didn't do the rest of the shotguns. Yeah, I would be surprised they didn't.
Yeah, you just need to do SP, and then there's the SP, Port Royal Shotgun, you'll have Magnega. The issue is you just need to will Rav do those shotguns.
as long as Port Royal doesn't get hinted at a 14, I think he will.
You would still at least do the shotgun.
It's on the safer end to like check it. I feel like if you just completely skip those 3 opening checks, that's definitely a bit questionable.
Yeah, I feel like you're kind of trolling if you don't do the beginning 3 chests. Even if it was hinted dead, you could still find, like an experience boost or, explosion, anything like that. Final was on level 14, so don't need a forced final or don't need to go chasing for it.
There's Herdez with their limits. They're actually 1 level off, so they will get the final fairly soon. They just need to find like something to kill. They should get it here in Hollow Bastion.
Ooh, a little unfortunate they won't have the final for this opening fight here, but not much you can do in that situation.
Oh, they have Magnega.
So,
Alright, Rav finally gets their glide. Honestly, you probably don't use limit at all. You'll just be using magnet pretty much for the Bailey fight. Rav will actually get our next set of worlds revealed. Agri got revealed, it's a 0, so that means after that blizzard, when you do your shotgun, it's basically dead. In addition, Pride Lands is a 14. There's 14 points remaining.
The 14s are starting already.
That should be an interesting time. You can, in theory, just push it soon. You have your magnet, you have a reflect. It's basically all you need.
Yeah, still no sign of the other reflect here on levels, but honestly, just having the reflect itself and we'll have Magnera would be fine. It would be an okay push.
I'm probably gonna expect Herdez to go into HB2. It's pretty safe. You have Glide 3. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, you have Glide 3 early membership card. Get to the bulk of the checks here. And then you're more than likely gonna leave probably after you do the corridors. Do the 2 checks outside of the Demix fight and then leave.
Yeah, for the settings, core is disabled, so you have significantly less checks in this world. So when you basically get up to Demix, that leaves like, I believe, maybe like 8 to 10 things left in Hollow Bastion once you're at Demix. Ooh, we get our first look at the shop. And Scimitar is in the shop.
Scimitar, Identity Disc, Beast Claw. The picture is also there, so they do have Twilight Town 3 access. Should that get hinted sometime soon. Obviously, Herdez will still need to go to Beast Castle to get that ice cream. But we do have the access.
And Rav getting their magnets, and we'll get to the Magnega here. So at this point, they'll be roughly equal. Unfortunately, the glide diff pretty strong. Herdez already pretty decently okay ahead.
The one thing Rav does have going for him is they are ahead on the world unlock, or the world unlock, seeing what's in each world. That is the only thing they have going for them right now. But other than that, it's relatively still close.
Yeah, having that additional info definitely helps. I will say though, being ahead on points is good. Unfortunately, the 2 hints, not the most interesting. Really,
right.
The most one is definitely the Pride Land. Speaking of 14, that will always it'll be spooky. We'll see if they pursue that at any point.
that his both two Keyblades have the Berserk charges. It's kind of funny, kind of a little troll, but not too much you'd really need Berserk for.
And I do like this from Herdez. Gonna do the quarter fight. I assume you would also just do the dancer fight for the one additional progression point. Now we get your next set of hints.
Yeah, do the dancer fight, get access to those two chests outside of Devix, and then more than likely leaving.
I believe from Rav's side, this is the first time we'll be seeing Piglet's house. So we'll see if there's anything here. Okay, just the ring. Ooh, wow, money pouch. That's definitely really nice.
Ah, that is a solid pull. Unfortunately, that is just one of the many sevens, so still could be open. We don't quite know if 100 Acre is required.
Meanwhile, Herdez does get Final 4 off of the Dancer fight. Also finds Battlefields of War, so another 9 off the table. 1-7 off table, 1-9 off the table. Lots of early checks, I would say. In a really solid spot overall.
I wonder if Rav misinputted limit over final, because I think you'd want to at least get the one level off for final there.
Maybe. That is something actually interesting to know, that they have 9 drive gauge, so this is going to be a very, very liberal form use seed. Just going to see people use a lot of final form, a lot of limit. Okay, Herdez is opting to work on form leveling a tiny little bit here. Does get final to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unfortunately one-shotting everything.
Yeah. Does make sense, though. I mean, you don't know what it is. You have or get your forms to 5.
Master on level 23. Okay.
I guess we're just going to have access to all the forms here in, 30 minutes in. No big deal.
Yeah, this is going to be... So if you're really optimal on your form leveling, then you'll actually get a lot of solid progression points. So that may make or break some of these racers if they are able to comfortably level them in good places. Rav getting their membership card now.
And I expect them just to follow suit here in the station fight. Probably won't be one to level the forums. They'll just do the final and then dip out. Do have a drive converter key, though, for Masters. That's nice to see.
Oh wow, the last fire.
Yeah, so have access to Firaga. So these, if their magic set gets high enough, any bosses they need to fight are just gonna melt.
And another 5 off the table, a torn page right outside the tower. And a blizzard? This is a lot of checks. And a report. STT has money pouch. Okay, so a guaranteed 10.
Oh.
We'll see if it's another 7-3 or a 5-5 later. You basically, because the world got hinted by a report, it won't get hinted again by another report. Unless other worlds somehow are blue, but that's not likely the case.
No, so yeah, you're definitely gonna go in there not knowing what you're gonna pick up. Either pick up a 5. Well, you're hoping you pick up a 5 early and not a 3 or a 7, because then you're just gonna be like, oh, I'm done. Or hopefully it's just not all in the mansion either. That could happen too.
I will say, I definitely know Herdez probably rewatch the top 4 group race VOD. They'll probably have to think in the back of their head, okay, TT got revealed, or sorry, STT got revealed, ST is now also a 10, maybe Rav just does it. So now you have to have it in like the back of your mind, okay, do I do this assuming that Rav has already done it, or do I put it off and assume there's nothing there? So now maybe some metagaming can sort of happen indirectly as a result.
Definitely so.
Okay, and Rav also does tower. Now Rav does have ice cream. They also can buy picture. I don't know if they've bought it quite yet. So they potentially could just push it. We did get it revealed actually.
I think they ended up buying all the world unlocks once they got the money pouch.
Yeah, I think he bought them all.
They manually moved them. I saw them move them, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It is though, making sure they buy the picture. Unfortunately, they don't have ice cream. They have to go to Beast Castle for that. They at least have it hinted.
Right.
Rav will also get the same hints. Interesting to note that Hollow Bastion is now dead, officially confirmed.
Yeah, so the only notable two things in there are the torn page and the battlefields, because we don't quite know if OC is needed. So up in the air on if those are really needed, or if Hollow Bastion is just a dead world overall. We do see Herdez also in Beast Castle right now, so they will get that ice cream here in just a little bit.
I wonder if they opt to leave as soon as they get it.
I would think so. Because it was just after the Thresholder fight, wasn't it?
Before. I think it was in the hallway.
Honestly, a little surprised from Rav to come back here when they have access to... already had TT3 access, but I guess it makes sense.
It might just be doing this for the quick progression points, plus also maybe watching a cutscene to force the flag update.
That could be, yeah.
Could be
I
multiple
totally forgot
things.
about that.
Get the 1 cycle on the ball, very nice.
Oh,
there's
ice cream was
with the
really
ice cream.
Ice cream was way earlier than I thought.
Oh, so close from Rav. Okay, they finally get the kill. Very nice.
Alright, yeah, there it is. Just did the flag update, so did the fight, get the progression points. Gonna go to TT3, unless for some reason the 5 is just here. But we know how this goes. It's gonna be in, like, the last check of Mansion or in betwixt.
Nah, this is normal item placement. It's okay. It'll just be in regular TTs, like the underground concourse.
You say that, but most of our seats have had items at the very end.
No, surely not.
Nah,
Oh,
not
this is an interesting
here.
choice from Rav. They're trying to XP boost off of this fight. I think it's like I think in crit it's good. In Ginner, the time investment, it's a little interesting.
Yeah, a little interesting. Yeah, they
get
did.
The kill.
Yeah, I think they had some like drive boosts or form boosts, so they could stay in final longer. So I'm okay with the play.
Oddly enough, they didn't get enough XP to get that master form quite yet.
No, but
also,
I
in
expect
final,
them.
their stats aren't that great. 30 magic in final. You're still at technically level 1 stats, just barely.
Yeah.
So you'll need to do a key swap or adjust your accessories if you want to start actually doing some more meaningful damage in TT3.
Yeah, I expect them to start to level grind here in TT3. Yeah, Herdez. I think Herdez just stopped. Did they stop at Beast, or did they do the whole first visit?
They stopped at Thresholder.
And it is the Torn Pages in Twilight Town.
That was the shortest visit.
Okay. Well, the only thing that kind of okay about that is they still have access to a decent leveling spot if for some reason levels get hinted and there's going to be like another 5 on there or something, or there's they got 5 or something. Silver linings. Rav doing Hollow Bastard here's going for the 14. Unfortunately, just going to find a page in Battlefield, so not going to be too much.
Does Herdez push 100 Acre Woods, now getting this last Torn page, or not last, but second to last, and being able to have Spooky Cave access, just to check what that 21 is on his side.
Honestly, it's a fair play whether you do or don't, because there's still quite a bit on the board, but I could see him doing either way if they're going to hold off on doing it a little bit or if they just do it right away. Either one's a fine play right now.
I do like how they both just left immediately after getting that page. Definitely not opting to waste time. We'll see later if there's anything there. We'll maybe check the spoiler log. I do like Herdez's approach here.
The second experience boost and like explosion or something. It's going to be like
Speed
a few
boost,
checks.
A glide, aerial dodge, any of those. I like this approach from Herdez. It's definitely a bit more conservative for the settings of let's just do the content I'm required to do for the seed and plan out what I'm doing, also work on my form levels. Meanwhile, Rav taking a bit more of a different approach, opting to go for bulk progression points, check something unhinted. We'll see if this Halloween Town 1 visit pays off. No sign of Bone Fist quite yet.
Yeah, I was rewatching Rav's perspective from the last race, and they're kind of talking about they like to do a little bit more unhinted stuff. So I can see why they're doing this right now. They just want to do the unhinted stuff, and then go back and do their required stuff when they're kind of at an impasse of what really to do.
We actually go at the same exact time. Both players got the next 2 world reveals. Beast Castle is dead, and there's a 9 left in Timeless River. Oh, and the last glide is right outside of Treasure Room.
So yeah, no real reason as of right now to go back into Disney Castle unless we find the proof in another world where we don't have the visit unlock for it.
Yeah, unless that there is a 5 and the proof in Pride Lands, and that 14 stays after the first visit. Probably important to try and find that.
Yeah, because we know Battlefields is later on in Hollow Bastion, so that's one off there. So we're only really looking for 3 world unlocks, being Halloween Town.
Herdez, no! Oh no, Herdez committing the cardinal sin. Not checking the chest. What if there's an aerial dodge? Obviously there's no important checks for the remainder, and I think they knew that. but I'm just sad they didn't check it. If there's an XP boost.
I've had that. I've done that, and I'm just like, bro, I gotta go back because there's gonna be something in there that's useful, like like explosion or something, and then another there never is. I'm like, well, I could have just left that.
Yeah, I'll make fun of Herdez if there's like an area dodge or something useful or explosion. I think it's a fine choice to skip it in the context of the world is done. I'm just gonna poke fun at it as a personal choice to poke fun of it.
Listen, Rav will save us, and they'll get the chests in there.
Oh, I'm down. Let's go, Rav. Check the dead chests. They clearly have nothing.
And we'll get to see what this 5 is, hopefully, if it's in this first visit in LOD.
Alright, so Rav just picked up their master there. Little behind on the levels. They were ahead for a good majority. But then Herdez kind of just picked it up. Now, it would be really unfortunate is if this first visit has nothing and we need to go to Throne Room. Because we don't know where that Sword of the Ancestor is. Could be in 100 Acre Wood.
Yeah, it could be that 9 left in Disney Castle as well.
Could be could be part of that 14 in Pride Lands too. In which case, there's a Proud Fang if it's on the second visit.
Could be on drives. Could be levels. There's a good chunk of places it could be right now. However, this LOD one not really getting much, so starting to be like, do I need the sword? Where's it at?
Herdez finally through that second carpet segment fight. It's a little awkward.
All right, LOD, are you holding anything? We're getting down to the last, 2 checks left in LOD 1?
Yeah, at this point, back in your mind, you're just wondering, okay, I might need the Sword of the Ancestor, and I don't know where it's at.
Honestly, a lot of the 5s have gotten taken off now. We're down to 3, 4, 7. Pretty good chance you're gonna find one of your proofs. Or the last page. That'd be an interesting thing to see. If it is just the page here, do you just go straight to 100 Acre and until you're forced to not to?
It'd be good to get that early info, at least if it is in the first few pages. If you find the 9, you just there's a 5 there left.
Yeah, I believe the highest they've gone up to is just Piglet's house. I don't think they've done rabbits.
No, they did not do the minigame, unfortunately.
Oh, so they still have the Piglet minigame. Okay.
Yep. It would be an interesting push. You can just go all the way to Spooky Cave. You would probably figure out what the remaining points are just off of the 4 pages alone.
That's what I'm kind of surprised they really haven't gone after that just to check it off. Because then you could be like, oh, I have 100 Acre, let me just finish it then. Or if it's dead, be like, well, I don't need to worry about that.
Ooh, this damage from Herdez on this Gene Jafar is looking a little rough. Unfortunately, they will get DM'd. You don't do enough damage with the tools you have to avoid DM phase here.
Yeah, that's one rough thing. Don't have an explosion, and your stats are pretty bad. I'm about to say it.
It's okay. They're like above the floor, but they're not at the ceiling, which you're used to sort of having, I would say.
Right.
You also don't really have the greatest of combo tools. I mean, you really have a finishing leap, which I'm surprised they didn't opt to try to use in addition with like air combos, which are probably the more significant and better damage output.
Right.
You get the dip into Pride Land, so we'll see if this 14 is gonna stick after the first visit.
Scar is more than likely going to be holding something. How many actual checks are in Pride Lands 2? I'm not sure.
It's like
what that
3.
is.
2 or
It's
3.
like 3.
Sometimes Ground Shaker will have one thing depending on where other stuff lies. Sometimes it's 2.
And Dry Forms got revealed to be a 5.
That's,
Oh boy.
So far, from Herdez's side, there's nothing at least up until 5. Obviously, Wisdom still out in the wild, so we don't know if anything is on a low Wisdom level. Other than that, not seeing anything too good. Imagine that 5 just being on like 7. Wisdom 7.
Maybe we might have to see this DC push potentially. Herdez also going to be joining Lotters.
Levels did get hinted to be a 7, so another 7. So just another magic in there. Don't really care too much about that. Ooh, is this gonna be enough damage from refs?
They might have to go for a couple combos. Okay, they do get the finisher.
Okay.
Very nice. Still no sign of whatever these 2 checks are, and we do not have a Proud Fang. Oh,
Okay.
It was a 5, but it is a 9, and they did just get the hint that reveals Drives having a 5, so now Pryland still might be necessary.
Yeah, very well could be, because Halloween Town still unhinted. Could be needing to go deeper in there. We don't really know yet, but having that 9 still, outside of Proud Fang, 3 9s left on the board could be or very well be needed.
Yeah, you did mention Halloween Town, interesting enough. Rav opted to not do the Oogie fight, just do Prison Keeper for those 2 progression points for their next hint. So they might opt to just go back since they're already there. And Rav will also do a little bit of XP grinding. They may save some time on Herdez overall if they get decent stats from this, because then that would mean they would just have a faster, like, second visit for all those
Right.
bosses. They might not get DM'd by Genie Jafar. That's the one big thing.
Yeah. Not DM'd by Genie Jafar. If they go deep or dive into the world that never was, they should have some pretty fast fights throughout that as well. Again, depending on where they end up with their stats.
I do wonder if Herdez will opt to do the Shan Yu fight. We saw from Rav that they just left after doing the minute fight and didn't push into Shan Yu, which I think is both fair, but also at the same time maybe a little bit questionable. You did the minute fight. You should know skips are disabled. So leaving Shan Yu untouched is definitely an odd choice.
Yeah, going into that minute fight, you just might as well commit to going into that Shan Yu fight. That way you get the full information. Okay, it's the 5 here, or is it locked behind that Sword of the Ancestor?
There is that reflect on level 41. So Rav got a very, very nice leveling boost grind out of there. Let's see, what are they out of final? What are their stats going to be like? 43, 48. Honestly, pretty good.
Nothing in the two chests outside in the hallway. Let's see what's here in the communications room. Then we might just honestly, I would maybe just wager that it's potentially worth to just do hostile program.
They're just going to go straight to hostile program. Their stats are very good for this fight.
Oh, they're opting to go for the setup.
I think they'll get the freeze after the damage threshold, pop into limit, and just hit him with the Ragnarok.
Oh,
final.
Opting to go for final glide. Now, do you? I feel like maybe you just at this point you commit and maybe do the second visit.
I would say you'd at least do Solar Sailor up to you go through Solar Sailor, get those last couple checks, and then you kind of maybe hold off on the final fight if you don't find anything or if it doesn't get hinted to you.
Okay, Rav is finally going to go do Agrabah. Makes sense.
Yep. Makes sense. Gonna go do the required content, see if they can't get another world hinted. Because, yeah, right now, we still don't really have a good lead as to where these two proofs are going to be. Obviously, LOD still got that 5, but you don't know where the Sword of the Ancestor is. You still have Port Royal, World That Never Was, and Halloween Town, and OC still unhinted. So it makes sense what they're doing. Get the progression points, try and figure out a game plan, and then go from there. Yeah, we do see Herdez doing the Shan Yu fight. So
we'll give them their next progression, like hints, right?
Yes, it should. I believe Shan Yu does get 2.
Yep, does indeed give 2. Rav will get their 1 remaining progression point from just doing the throne room, or not throne room, treasure room.
Gets their final glide. And then we'll just see if this 5 here is on Shan Yu. And then...
I feel like if there's a proof here, then maybe you just consider going into Timeless River, maybe?
I would... Yeah, if there's a proof here, you just go Timeless River.
Well, Timeless River, Port Royal, or not Pride Lands... Is it here?
World That Never Was got... Is it a 15?
That is a 16. 1-6. I knew it! I knew it. I checked Rav, checked the chest. There's an aerial dodge. Rav is a winner in my heart.
Alright, Rav
punished.
is a winner.
Get punished for skipping those chests. I did not look at the spoiler log for that, by the way. I knew Rav would check those chests for me. Rav is the homie.
Rav is the homie. Rav will check everything. So yeah, World That Never Was and Halloween Town both got hinted. Halloween Town is dead, so don't need to worry about finding that world unlock. So, however, still an unhinted Port Royal and OC, which is kind of spooky because a lot of checks in those worlds.
Oh man, this damage on Scar is
This damage is
go for the DM. Go for the DM skip. Oh, they were just a little late. Oh, they could have had it. So close from Herdez.
I think they were just a little late on that input.
Well, they finally get done with that. Now time to see what Herdez opts to do. Do you chase after the 16, which is looking maybe to be a 9-7? Do you pages? They do SP. I like it. Unhinted.
Yeah, makes sense here. Still a little surprising no one's going to look at 100 Acre. You're kind of running out of options.
Yeah, especially with RavSpect side. I mean, he knows if that's a 14. Not a lot of options left on the board. Could potentially be that 9-5.
Sort of,
No.
yeah.
No,
I will
it's
say
not, never mind.
there's that STT still kind of staring at you. Just a 10.
That is true. That STT is. Well, what are we left with first world visits? OC, Port Royal, world that never was.
Yeah, that's really it.
You have 5 reports left. Kind of. Really depends on that world that never was in Port Royal, but more than likely looking at that to be a 7-3.
Oh, Herdez does find the 5 off of leveling Valor. It is chicken, so that is not a 5. So really now the only 9s that could think are kind of scary would be the, what is it? The Sword of the Ancestor.
Sword of the Ancestor, and yeah. And Proud Fang.
Yeah,
that's Sword of the
indirectly.
Ancestor. Yeah,
If
if
needed,
that.
yeah.
It could end up being chain locked, absolutely.
Expect to see a pretty fast GD Jafar here. Off RavSpect side. Herdez did opt to cut their leveling a little short, so honestly, you're not too far behind magic-wise, but your strength is kind of down there.
Ooh, does Rav get this? I think no, Rav unfortunately will not be getting the DMless Genie Jafar. If they maybe went for some air combos instead of ground combos,
It's some
that
air
might have
combos.
worked.
Yeah, I think they needed to weave in a few air combos. There's not having that explosion would really kind of hurt in that fight for any kind of ground combo finishers you're looking to do.
Now, if you're Herdez, what is your next play? Just finishing the Space Paranoids.
You can meme, you can go to STT, you just do it.
You could just bite the bullet and go there. Ooh, Rav having a little bit of trouble finishing off Gene Jafar here.
Yeah, Rav was trying to go for not the stomach, which I think is a bit fair. We
Yeah,
do
it
get
makes
actually
sense.
2 new world reveals from Herdez's side. There's a 7 in Port Royal, so it's dead. But we know that there's now a guaranteed 5 in OC, along with 2 reports.
Yep, and immediately hopping in there.
Yeah. So I was wrong.
Oh,
Rav.
and Rav going for the STT. We'll see if that pays off for them or if it comes in to be absolutely nothing.
Now, if there is one on Rav's side in SDT and one here in OC, this is still fair. It's still a race.
Yeah, Space Paranoid still unhinted, both these racers. We'll see. Honestly, I think they'd both pick it up relatively within the same amount of time. I think Herdez will pick that hint up just a little before Rav will.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, for Space Paranoid still being unhinted. I think Herdez will pick up that hint just a little before Rav will.
For sure. Herdez is kind of in a more bulkier part where there's a lot more progression points available. What the heck? I have never seen that keyboard like that. What was that?
That was something. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
This game likes to have a mind of its own most of the time.
Pencil's not the homie. Didn't give us anything. Feels bad.
I will say one small thing to note is that Rav doesn't have the 5-on drives, so they're definitely in a bit more of a state of I need to still work on forms. Herdez could just blow through everything and just use their magnets and whatnot. They don't have to focus on leveling anymore, so that's really good in terms of alleviating something from your mindset.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see Rav actually get that 5, knowing it's on Valor. I don't think they left themselves any good places to even level Valor anymore.
I think if they need to go to Windows, they might just do it there on Windows for that 9.
Yeah, I think Disney Castle's the only real good spot they left themselves for that.
Oh, it is a 3-7.
And yep, they're just gonna leave.
At least it's right there. That's like probably the best scenario for you. Just being this early.
Getting all the way to Mansion, yeah.
Alright. Do us all a favor and just go check Undertaker.
Oh, they're buying drive recoveries? What? Interesting.
I mean, they have both money pouches.
I know. I just haven't seen people buy drive recoveries forever. Oh, they're trying to Sean you skip. Oh no.
Oh no. Rav, no.
I think that's the only reason why you buy it, really. I hope that they know you can't Sean you skip. If they go for the attempt, that would be unfortunate. They'll realize, oh wait, I can't do this. I think that might just be the only reason why they did the minute fight at the top of Summit, and then just didn't do Sean, because they thought I could skip it. Yeah, we'll see what they do here. Okay, they do know.
Oh,
that's good.
Okay.
Just an interesting choice to buy drive recoveries. I don't really see many people do that nowadays. In terms of like that many drive recoveries, I don't see many people.
Yeah,
maybe like 1 or 2.
A little confusing. Unless they're just expecting that they're just gonna drop out of form and not be able to get it back up. But with 9 drive, you're almost guaranteed to get your form back one way or another. Okay, they are leveling Valor, so they will get that. They will get that hint eventually. Oh, not enough damage though.
It's on level 6, so they got quite a ways to go. And where's the 5 here in OC? It's not there. They do have Battlefields of War at least, so they can do the second visit if the 5 is later.
Oh, if that's later, Rav has not picked up that Battlefields in Hall of Bastion. So that could be potentially a difference maker.
Now, at this point, do we know where all our 5s are, or no?
There's a 5 guaranteed here. There's a 5 in LOD. That's 2. Until Space Paranoia gets hinted, it's quite hard to say. I think I can eventually map it out. Two 5s in tower.
Rav does get Valor 5. Oh, they're gonna try to go for it off of fighting Hades right now. They'll definitely be like 12 hits off. Okay, they give up. I think that's fair.
Yeah. 1 in OC, 2 in Tower, 1 in 100 Acre Wood, 1 in LD.
Yeah, 16s can be 2 5s, 2 3s. Part of this game is also trying to figure out where these last 2 reports go. Or last 3 reports can fit. That can be a place where they do all fit. Or sorry, the last set of reports, not just 3. I was looking at Herdez tracker, how they're missing 3. Oh, they're so close. Just need to get 1 Thunder in and get it. Now, is the 5 on Hydra?
It is not.
Or is it in second visit?
Have 1 more.
Ooh, a 9 in SP. That could be Sword of the Ancestor or Proudfang potentially if they need it. Could also just be Bone Fist. Could also be Wisdom. So a lot of 9 baits potentially.
Yeah, so
Now
now
at this point, 100 Acre Wood is looking a little bit scary, I would say. That 14 left.
it really depends on what her Des finds here. There's a proof. I don't think Rav goes back to Hollow Bastion.
I feel like it's one of the easier 9s to potentially chase after, so it would be a little surprising not to go there.
Yeah, you have that in Space Paranoids. Would be the 2.
It does remember to take the save warp. They will be going up to Hades' room. Get the nobody fight. There's 1 check here, then the other checks will just be on Hades.
There's just gonna be another seed where Hades has the important check.
It's just a torn page again.
Just a torn page. Could be. Could very well just be the torn page.
This would be like the 3rd seed where Hades is required for some reason. Alright, is there a check here? Nope, it is on Hades. Alright.
Alright,
We shall
Hades,
see.
what are you holding?
What a friend, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Oh, they tried to go for the reflect. They went a little bit early. Just need to sneak in 1 little hit for Herdez. They got it.
There you go.
What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I'd give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Okay, they do have Berserk on, so they should be fine. They just need to catch a hit on Hades. Hopefully, Herc. Okay, Herc was so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hercules has a tendency to just ruin this fight for you.
That's the way
Oh, he gets knocked back. Good job, Herc. Proud of you, bud.
I'm still.
Oh, Herdez opting to go for the double orbs. Oh, mistimes the thunder. They should get the kill. Still doesn't have the 5. The 5 is guaranteed here for the record.
Yeah, it is guaranteed.
It's very funny.
What is the 5?
It's a page.
It
is
is
a
the
torn
page.
page.
Yeah.
It's the page. Oh, that's cruel.
So this is like the 3rd time that it's been there, right?
Yeah.
In a row, I think yes.
I don't. Is it in a row?
I don't think it's in a row. No, I don't think it's in a row. I don't think
But it's been I swear it's been the third time that Hades has just been done.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely the third time, but I don't think. So I think it was qualifiers and relegations that had Hades.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a few races, or there's a race between. So.
Herdez is chasing after this 9, hoping maybe it's either, or hoping that it's the Sword of the Ancestor. I feel like if you get Proudfang, you just chase after that 9. You go to Pride Lands right away.
Yeah, you just immediately go.
When we do see Rav going after the World Never Was.
Doing the World Never Was push.
They also don't have the Battlefields of War, so they are forced to just go after different content, either chase 9s or chase after bulk. That is what they're opting to do here.
Yeah, there could just potentially be 2 5s here, and they could just be both proofs.
Alright, gets a clean fight. And there is a report.
Alright, so there's the report. It did hint the torn page in OC, so
Damn, that's a good hint.
that's actually
That's
the best.
so
That's
bad
probably
for
the
Herdez.
best. Yeah, that's actually the best hint you could have pulled.
Oh, it's a wisdom form.
It's
Oh,
a
no.
wisdom that's so bad.
So this could be Rav's moment. Where are you going, Herdez? Herdez? Where are you going? Herdez?
I think Herdez is pushing this, thinking that the world that
For-
never was is going to have two proofs.
Well, what are you pushing this? What are you pushing Pete for if Timeless River is done?
If there's 2 proofs in the world that never was, they're just getting the world clear.
They already have OC cleared.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. That is true.
I guess maybe they might have potentially forgotten. We'll see. They've maybe done. Maybe it's just so much Hades has gone on that you just kind of forgot that he's the world clear.
That's true. Autopilot just happened. You're just like,
You're just going through the seed at this point.
Oh, they got trying to mash through it. Would have been faster to just take the RC. You get the kill.
all right,
see
where
if
do
they
you
make a good
go if
choice
you're
now.
Herdez? Where do you go if you're Herdez?
Oh, they're pushing
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay.
So, if there is a double proof here, technically, still, Herdez is still in the better spot because they have done a full world clear. Now, technically, they've done 2 full world clears, but they have done 1 full world clear that is an extra, while Rav still has not. They've only done Genie Jafar as one of the conditions for the settings. Oh, Herdez is gonna get DM'd here. Yeah, unfortunately, mistimes when to use the limit form.
Yeah, right now Herdez still in a good spot because if there's the proof in 100 Acre, they have all the proofs. Rav still needs to go find that Battlefields of War. So I think, ooh, is there a way Rav comes and takes this? If there is a double proof here.
I feel like it'd be a little hard. In terms of world clears left, you would probably just maybe have to go do the
Probably
Twix
Disney
between.
Castle. Or, yeah, that too.
It would probably be that. if I were to guess. DC would probably take a little too long. At least with the Twix Between and TT3, you can just go straight there to the mansion.
Right.
And it would be 2 forced fights, the mansion fight and then the Twix Between itself. So not that bad versus the 6 different encounters you have to do in Timeless River. The 4 windows, boat fight, future peep.
Right.
Okay, still nothing from Rav's end. Getting a drive refill very quickly. That is true, they can also do Beast Castle 2. I feel like maybe Beast Castle 2 might be faster. I don't know.
There it is, there's one.
Okay, there's one.
Oh, no, hurry! You open chests! Open a chest, don't forget Rav.
He saw, I think, yeah, he saw. He's like,
the autopilot running through there for a second. Oh no. Yeah, they would have been okay to just abandon all chests if there was not another 5 remaining here. TC has limit form, unfortunately not a useful hint.
So yeah, 1 in 3 chance that the last proof is here.
I mean, pretty good odds that it might be.
Ooh, Rav not getting the right angle, or getting completely behind Luxord here.
I just thought of another scenario that might be good for Rav. That it's just 1 proof here, and then the other is in LOD. And the sort of the ancestor is just in one of the early, maybe just like in Spooky Cave. Probably would be another good scenario for Rav.
Alright, what if proof on Starry?
If it's on Starry Hill, Rav loses. Like,
Oh no.
I think
Not
we'll just judge it
again.
on who gets the better yeet.
Can we do that?
Just a call in right now. Tell them, hey, it's on 100 Acre. You have to get 9999 or you lose. Thanks.
Yeah, just the quick call in. Just let them know. Yeah, I think the best scenario for Rav is it's gotta be LOD and sort of the ancestors just in 100 Acre. I think that's the best scenario for them. So as I think any other scenario, they're still behind.
Oh, okay. Rav opting to start in
Okay.
final.
Yeah, just gonna go into reflect into final fire and just watch his HP melt.
They do have Duckler, so they'll probably finish off with that.
Yep, you go
Okay,
straight.
hopefully they don't do a finisher that causes them to rise up. They should be fine. Okay, they're good.
Yeah, clean fight.
LittleHerdez just starting Luxord. So Rav is now officially just a whole fight ahead in the Runner was. Now, really, that might not mean too much anyway, because again, it's all about world clears and finding this last proof. So even if the proof
Yeah.
is here, you're still a world clear behind.
Yeah, that'd be the worst case for Rav is having the double proof here. Obviously, they don't know they're behind, but we do. And if that is, I don't see a scenario where they can catch up unless Herdez just has an absolute meltdown.
There's
Or
the
some-
last magic on the levels, which was a cure.
Or somebody just pulls Herdez internet.
Oh no! I don't
Could
understand.
just ask for that, you know.
No, don't pull the breaker. Don't pull the
It's like,
breaker.
oh, there was a
Banjo.
power outage. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just trip over the whole electrical
Yeah.
wire that powers your home. I think that's fair.
Ooh, is Zemnis holding the last check? Lucky chest?
Last chest? No.
Sometimes I miss.
Okay, Herdez finally going for limit form. We'll get the DM skip. Surprised they didn't attempt to go for limit a little bit sooner. But they are all okay.
Unfortunately, Zemnis just went over the stairs there, so couldn't quite finish off that combo for Rav. It's only just a little bit of extra damage. I wonder, if the proof is not here, do you think Herdez starts thinking a little bit more about that 10 in STT?
I would definitely agree. So it's maybe, I feel like depending on.
I mean, obviously you can math it. You can math it out.
Herdez being a little careless there. Oh, they're gonna try to reflect this. Okay, they do get it, and it is a stitch.
Stitch. I think in our observer here, that is the best case scenario for Rav.
Yes, definitely. And with Herdez, that 10 does look a little bit juicy, but at least we know.
Okay, no, this makes sense from Rav.
Please level Valor. Please level Valor first. That saves them.
He's going. Yep. He's going down. Well, it's the only thing they have left. Everything else is 6 except for final, but they could just do that up top.
Okay, cool. So they will get the 5 here. So they did pick right. They will save a little bit of time.
Yep,
oh,
there it is.
really perfect.
Perfect timing. So yeah.
All right, now this is a race. Now it's a little bit of a race now. We still have zero idea where this Sword of the Ancestor is, or we don't know if they're gonna push 100 Acre.
I think you have to.
Yep, they're going for it.
Kinda have to
I
at
like
this
it.
point.
So yeah, it was either 100 Acre or you go SP2.
Now, even if it is here, you gotta go do Hades. You gotta go find Battlefields of War. So, best case scenario, you get Sword of the Ancestor right now, and it's just in Throne Room or Stormrider, either or. Worst case scenario, you do find a proof, and I think at that point you might potentially lose. Herdez has to still make the correct call and not do STT. I'm pretty sure they can sort of logically figure out that it has to be a 3-7. They are down to the last report. They're done with their last first visit. So they might be able to just not do STT. I think they can math it out. Yes, Walpy, you have to do all of 100 Acre. You cannot do a different world. So, yeah. Good times. Walpy does lose these.
Yeah, you cannot escape the yeet. You always have to yeet. Alright, we'll see if anything here on rabbits. Okay.
Oh, Proud Fang.
There's the Proud Fang.
Oh, it's
once more.
Oh my god.
Once more. Okay. So we are finding Sword of the Ancestor.
Ooh, okay, interesting choice.
I
think it's
respect
fair.
it.
It's fair. They're both like 50-50s of which can actually have it. Now, Herdez, where do you go?
Yeah, where do you go, Herdez? Is that STT looking a little uncomfortable for you?
He should know that it's a 3-7. Herdez should.
Being Herdez, he's pretty good with the numbers, so yeah, I could see him just going straight to 100 Acres.
Fortunately, they have all the mini games to do.
Just one. I mean,
just
I'm
one.
assuming you.
Just one.
Well, they could push all of it. Actually, they might take that gamble. Honestly. Oh man, this is a wrong 9. It might be over. Or sorry, if Herdez opts to just push this as well, I feel like for Rav it has to be here because there's no like a chain logic. Actually, no, Pride Lands. Never mind.
If it's not here yet, it'll probably be in Pride Lands.
Yeah, it is. What 9 is here? Is it
Fist?
Bone Fist or
It's Bone Fist, this sword. Yeah.
it is straight 50-50?
I feel like maybe Herdez might be the one who's inclined to push into...
To push the Pride Lance.
Yeah. Alright, time to see from Rav's side of things. Is it just here? Oh,
It's
no!
Bone Fist!
That's
Oh, no!
so unfortunate.
Okay, the
So
only
now-
thing is, does Herdez make the same play?
No, Herdez does not.
No, yeah.
It's even. Oh no. Oh, Herdez, let's watch a cutscene. Now, their load list difference is about is like 6 seconds. So
6
Just
seconds.
a couple seconds
I-
off.
I do think. RavSpect does have the better stats though, but I think where they're at, I don't think that's gonna be too much of a difference between here.
yeah, it might not actually matter for Storm Rider.
So obviously they have Berserk, so you don't need to worry about that. It's just on a Keyblade.
Yeah, I will. What is it?
It's just gonna come down.
1912?
It's 1912 to.
When does Herdez no? Gotta talk to Rafiki.
You got-
Oh yeah, so Rav is technically ahead by just a few seconds now. Like
Yeah,
2 seconds.
It's gonna come straight down to execution here. If you were wanting a race to see, this is about as good as you're gonna get.
Now, really, I will say a lot of this does now come down to fight execution. Yep,
There it
Sword of
is,
Ancestors.
Sword of the
Okay,
Ancestors.
Sword of the Ancestors right there.
Oh man, 100 acre required. Unfortunately, all those pages, it was really just too needed. And Herdez was taking the safer approach, opting for Thunders.
And yeah, Herdez is right on them. No, Rav does not have to do another world. It is who finishes LOD first.
Yeah, again, it really just comes down to fight execution. You technically do need to pick up the proof, so they will have to open the chests and figure out which one is the proof.
Or if it's the proof is just on Storm Rider and then they go in the GOA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, do you go right or left first in the throne room?
Everybody goes right.
right is technically optimal because you're closer to the save if you go from right to left. But in this case, it doesn't matter because you have to go to the door anyway.
Yeah, so it's just what side is it going to be on, or does it not matter? Is it just on Storm Rider?
That would be crazy if they both go opposite ways.
And then it's just on Storm Rider. That would be actually great.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, this became a race, and it's just gonna come down to like Geek was saying, just execution on all these fights coming up.
Ooh, running out of magic there. Losing a little bit of time on that fight.
Oh, okay. Rav checks right. Team right's losing. Team right is losing.
All right,
Team-
Team right
this is why I'm
loses.
team left.
All right.
Damn, team left just wins.
Man, this is such a close race. Honestly, whoever does this fight more is optimally is this is what you want to see. You could not have asked for anything better for a finals race.
There's a 10-second loadless difference.
Not even.
It's a little bit. It's different, yeah. So Rav entered the fight roughly, I think, like 47.
47 was roughly. We'll just say 50.
Yep, there's Herdez. So it actually is now fight execution.
It is a straight fight execution, getting those final fires in there, running out of drive, but gonna go for the
Oh,
RC
this is good.
here.
This is good for Rav. Rav got like just the basic pattern. Remembers to hold on and not let go.
Gonna go pop right back into fire, go straight into back into final fires.
Okay,
oh,
they
does
fall
off a
off.
little bit.
Oh, okay. You go back on the ground. You take the RC, and that should kill. Oh, there's no way. I don't think Herdez has this. You're running out of MP. All right.
All right,
And
that
time
is
for
down.
these guys is when they enter the GOA.
This is going to be such a close race. Herdez doesn't
think
have
that's
the
it.
drive, though. Herdez doesn't
it's
have the
it.
drive, though. Do we see the takedown
Oh,
of
the next snap.
Herdez?
The next snap.
Oh.
The next step.
Oh.
I think that's it. That's
This
I
is
think
going to be
that-
so
wow.
close. No,
That's-
Herdez.
Oh, what
Herdez-
happened?
Herdez did it too soon.
Oh no.
Oh no! So I
No.
think technically, Herdez still wouldn't have made it because
By like a
of
second
how
or
much
two.
time. Yeah, it would have taken too long for Herdez to get out of that. Oh
You
no!
gotta wait till you're back in the GOA. Oh no, that's so bad.
Oh my god! I think if
I think you gotta give that. Ow.
I don't know. That's
I
would
would
say it's about a
clip.
second or two
I'm
off,
gonna pull up
but
the clip.
I would not want to be in your shoes, Geek, making this call. Because if you think about it, they technically didn't stop when they're supposed to.
All right, hold up. All right, we're going play by play. So they get the kill. I'm watching the clip. The stream can't see it. All right, 1:22:44, and is when they pause their timer. Meanwhile, I think Herdez lost by maybe about 2 or 3 seconds. Because when they pause the timer, so when they pause the timer during the end of the animation, or like during the animation of Storm Rider dying, you can count like how much time is left. And I counted 3 seconds, and then they still didn't finish the white fade out. So I think with that alone, I think that does mean that Rav is our
the
winner.
RavSpect comes in clutch. What a
Man.
race!
Congrats to Rav on winning and beating this. What a race! Wow.
yeah, coming down to just the last few seconds right there, just fight executions and everything is just amazing. Seeing these two racers being in the finals here.
Honestly, could not have asked for a better race. Super close at
Damn,
the end.
what
Obviously, you had your differences in the beginning. Herdez catching up, was a little behind for most of it, caught up, got ahead a little bit, and then just, the fight execution at the end. GG's to both of these racers. What an intense race.
And what a bracket too. The reign of Herdez ends at the last final. The last final. And
The
it's
underdog
done.
pulled it off. Underdog pulled it off, and in the most intense way possible.
All right, we will actually get an interview for these guys. For Rav. We can get this sorted out very briefly. Nocturnal, if you could accept my friend request, so I can add you to a call.
Gotcha.
And we can get this sorted. If you guys have any questions, post it in chat. And maybe ask a few things for the new, the current winner of this week, Rav.
Rav the Godslayer.
All right, and hello, Rav. Congrats on winning this this format, King of the Worlds. What a seed! What a seed, man.
What a nice ABN seed.
Oh,
It
you
definitely
don't know
was.
the half of it. It got a slightly bit worse depending on how you picked.
Yeah, I was trying to metagame, trying to figure out what's the worst possible thing to do. What would he not do? And it led me down a couple of wrong paths.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know at the
unfortunately,
beginning. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, that STT didn't pay off. The last time you made the play of STT, huge payoff, and this time, unfortunately, just didn't do anything good for you.
STT's been my win condition in the last 3 races. I had to go for it.
No, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I will say, for a little bit of the seed, you were actually down. There was a glide diff between you guys. Herdez actually did push into Halloween Town and SP a bit early and had the glide 3 way sooner than you did.
For a couple of minutes at least, yeah.
Yeah, what was going through your head when you started finding those glides pretty late, around like 20 minutes in?
They were in pretty bad spots, so I was just really hoping that he hadn't found them. Yeah, that was pretty much my entire mentality. Is I hope everything is so bad that neither of us got this until really late. Especially at the beginning, all the movement were dodge rolls and high jumps.
Yeah, the movement was not it was not the greatest for however long it was at. It was okay. Like, again, after like the 18-20 minute mark, you had better movement. I would also like to say congrats as well, Rav, on making final bracket. I know I said my congratulations to the 4 of y'all earlier, but congrats again. How does it feel to sort of already just make sure you have a secured spot?
Pretty nice not having to play hit list, the worst format.
Damn. Ooh, fighting words.
Okay.
Fighting words.
Okay. I kind of want to go in a little bit more on that. What makes you think hit lists, or what's bad about hit lists in your perspective?
My brain can barely comprehend routing like worlds I have to do, much less like going into places to find shit and then going somewhere else to find bosses.
At least with the hint system that we're using for the hit list isn't terrible.
My brain
gets
is
to see where
it rolls right off.
Damn. So does this mean for the final bracket, there will be every player gets to do a pick and ban system, make sure that they pick a format that they definitely don't want to play versus they do or are more interested in playing? Are you just immediately gonna ban hit list each time?
Pretty much. I'll do anything else.
That's a fair assumption.
Man, I had to learn
Everybody
pad
just
for this tournament. I'm gonna use it.
Ooh, okay, I like it.
Okay.
It's always good to have some path knowledge going into any kind of tournament, just to get that advantage.
Man, I'm not gonna ask for your input on picks and bans in case people might want to take that against you. But now that you're in final bracket, you don't have to do open qualifiers, relegations, or a top 8 for hit list. What do you plan to do for your little break until final bracket starts?
Just watching other people play. Practice is way too much work,
Just take a back seat and chill. I could respect that.
Right, and the players I'll be competing against are already more than well practiced enough. Like, any more practice isn't really going to give me an edge.
I think that's a fair assessment. Just pray you get good seeds. Hope for the best.
Yeah, and whoever has to
seed
face
being a
Herdez
good
next,
seed.
whoever faces Herdez next,
right.
like, I'm praying for you, man.
No, they're fun seeds to an extent.
Any last
At the
questions?
very least,
from
they're
you, Jay
always
or
interesting.
Metronome? True, they are.
I did have one question that I wanted to ask whoever won. Near the end of the seed, when you're getting towards the world that never was, and it got down to being a point of it could be a double proof, how are you feeling about that? Do you feel like maybe you might have been behind because you didn't quite have a world clear on your side?
I wasn't really thinking about that. As soon as I realized it could be a double proof, I started thinking what would be the fastest thing from what I have left to clear, and I had no idea, so I was panicking about that instead.
And then when you finally got that stitch, you're just kind of a little sigh of relief there. You're like,
Yeah,
I
like,
don't have to
thank
think
goodness.
about.
Yeah, no more thinking. Just go to big number next.
Couldn't agree more. Big numbers do win. We did see that a little bit in the race from top 4. Just chase big number.
Yep.
But yeah, congrats again on your win for this format. Exciting
Thank you,
race. It literally came down to a 5-second, 10-second difference between both of you
It
guys.
was so close.
Yeah, I saw
It
the
got really
delegations
close
at
towards the end.
I want to see. Congrats again, and we will see you in final bracket. GG's again.
Yeah,
Thank you,
GG's.
Ken.
Yeah, GG's, Rav.